and then you set your image back to base, and it just carries on procking corrosive skin over and over and over.
So annoying.
Yeah, that was just something I saw on the internet today. Thank you /r/Dota2. But yeah, Doom plus Ancient Apparition. This is like very reminiscent of 6.8, like the end of 6.80 and a little bit of 6.81. And the ban of the Faceless Void here, so kind of respecting the Witch Doctor Faceless Void wombo combo.
And I think one of the strengths of AA was the fact that teams started to realize again how important it is to give your support farm. Because we sort of go through cycles where people rely heavily on, one
Yeah.
core, two cores, three cores, and let your support suffer. But, the Chinese were pioneering this back in Dota 1, giving, Earthshake a farm in the jungle and trying to get him his Blink Dagger and Arcanes as well. Now we see that with the AA sort of going off to a lane alone while the rest of
Yeah.
his team fight 4v5, then throw your AA out across the map and farm your Ags as quickly as possible. But look at that, Respect Ban Invoker in the second phase by Bravado.
No, I think that's very good. I mean, speaking of Dota 1 days, Na'Vi were one of the early teams to also like follow suits, and they would play like, this was at a time when like Dendi was playing, always like playing like very, very greedy supports that would always get given a little bit of time to farm, either early on to get up early like Arcane Boots or Arcane Ring, and later on, it would get the daggers. So if he was playing ES, he would have his items before the carry had items. Like it was pretty disgusting the way that they played, and how other teams like Moscow 5 were also like, they refused to follow on and do this, and they got to slammed for a period of time until they in themselves developed their own counter strategies to it. But Tidehunter picked up once again for Bravado. I think they're going to be some interesting plays this game, I guess. 2 melee, like very tanky cores, and Chinese style, I guess.
Yeah, but look at the pushing potential of Infused. Jakiro with the Liquid Fire, Nature's Prophet with the trees
Yeah.
and split push potential. Then you've got the stuns of Witch Doctor and Mirana. But Wind Ranger, where do you run this in South Africa? Because we see it occasionally in UK and Europe, sort of solo mid. The offlane Wind Ranger is, time of long gone past.
This will probably be offlane Wind Ranger. It's like Luck is probably one of his favorite heroes. Probably his like signature, like I would say signature lucky heroes like Wind Ranger and Clockwork. But I think, yeah, and he's such a fan of this hero. I think it'll be offlane. I think the thing that like kind of makes me think about this for a second is the fact that there's a Doom, and Doom is almost always offlane or safe lane, and that like leaves Tide in an awkward position. Like, where's Tide going to go lane? He's not going to support again, is he? Surely not.
Well, it looks like we're going to see solo mid Jakiro.
Yeah, Eternal Envy style. That could definitely happen here. Or we could be seeing mid Nature's Prophet.
Less likely, but possible.
Less likely, but it's also like being able to like control the runes much more effectively against something like a Wind Ranger.
Now, my next question for you: Tidehunter solo mid, possibly, and do Bravado like to run aggressive tri-lanes? Because Wind Ranger AA, the long range with the chilling touch, with a third range hero on that lane. Is SD banned? No, SD's still up there. So you've got Disruption, Cold Feet, Shackle, Power Shot, Chilling Touch, 3 ranged heroes. It's pretty potent.
Yeah. I think we could. If I had to guess the lanes right now, it would be aggressive tri-lane, Wind Ranger, Ancient Apparition, +1, and mid Tide and safe Doom. Because Doom is so tanky, man. He's going to be able to survive against a little bit of early aggression. Can also go into the jungle. Okay, well, I'm going to take us through the Bravado side. First here, we're going to have Chosen One on the Tidehunter. Oh, DC coming out from Scant. We'll carry on taking you through the side here, though. So Chosen One going to be on that, what seems like a mid Tidehunter. They do switch their lanes around a lot. Smacker's going to be on the Doom, probably safe lane, and I would think aggressive tri-lane here with Earthshake on Odu, Scant on the AA, and Luck on the Wind Ranger.
Over on the Radiant side, Team Infused, Tone, offlane Nature's Prophet. I wonder if they'll run him safe lane and have this aggressive tri-lane, but Richie looks like he's heading down towards bottom lane on that Mirana, Cook on the Crystal Maiden, and Elliot on the Witch Doctor. And then Tyrox, Solo Magikiro, Liquid Fire level 1.
Liquid Fire level... Liquid Fire... Ugh! I hate this type of play. This is like someone saw Eternal Envy do it once after Eternal Envy smoked opium, and now it's like the thing to do. But yeah,
I don't know when did Eternal Envy do it?
He did it quite recently. I mean, I know other people have done it in the past as a like core Jakiro, but he did it in like a pretty important 3-0 slam against Empire or Alliance. It was one of those
Because
two.
I remember when, the days of TA, when that was a massive pick for mid. Na'Vi
Yeah,
ran Solo Mid Jakiro against that and demolished
yeah,
the TA.
they
That
did do
was
that.
that must have been over a year ago, like a year and a half ago, when Scandal was at his prime, playing Queen of Pain and TA constantly, when he was
Yeah.
touted as being the next Dendi. But I know for a fact Infused have been talking about Solo Mid Jakiro for a good 6 to 8 months. They've been going into UK lands saying, we've got some pocket strategies, and Jakiro mid was one of them. They never actually got to play it though, unfortunately.
So what is the scene like now that we had like this minute of downtime there? Like in terms of lands, are there like lots of regular lands that people go to, or they're kind of scattered throughout the year, and some teams go to some and some don't? I mean, you have a much better like transportation system, so getting to lands in the UK is certainly a lot easier than it is in South Africa.
Well, that's the trouble because, right, well, I'll start off with your first question. We've got a few lands, like we've got multiplayer who do, I think, 4 lands a year or something, but there are 3 big ones which most people go to. And then there's Epic Land, which do smaller, more community-based lands. But it's all down to the prize pool, really. Like there's the big prize pools at multiplayer, sort of £4,000 to £5,000 total prize pot.
That's good. And
Yeah,
is that
it's
just for Dodo, or does that include other titles? Was that
No,
the
that's
Dota
just
prize
that's
pool?
just Dota 2. Like we're
Okay.
we're starting to be sponsored by this year. Asus ROG have started sponsoring our tournaments, so we've been getting some pretty big prize pools. But with the public transport, we've got a good system, but it's so expensive. And with all our players being students or
Yeah, yeah.
unemployed or working in low-level jobs, it's not viable to go and have a day off on Friday, then go Friday, Saturday, Sunday to a LAN, and then go home on the Sunday night or take Monday off and then pay, sort of 60 to £100 for a BYOC ticket to one of these lands, plus, your £40 travel plus hotel. So it's the sponsored teams that go regularly, or the teams that know they've got a good chance of getting top 3, and then you've got sort of mixers and teams who go for fun. So at the last couple of lands, the first one we did, we had I think 26 teams, which was massive for us because we started off really small. The first LAN we had probably had about 10, 15 teams in a really small LAN cafe in London with a
Okay.
very limited prize pool. But it's down to the cost really. Like
Yeah.
people are up for it. It's just finding the money and time off work or time off their activities to actually go and compete.
Yeah, so what South Africa has is kind of a little bit different. We have like one very, very big league, the Do Gaming League, that runs like throughout the year. Like there's 2 seasons. Each season is about 2 months to 2.5 months long, and there's like nearly 300 teams in that, all from Southern Africa. And then there's like the big LAN events, the Do Gaming Championships is like has like about 14. The equivalent prize pool in hardware and cash was about £15,000, which is like pretty big, and that's once a year. And then there's like a bunch of satellite lands, like Liberty Land and the OC, which is now closed down. That like the land scene is just like not really there in South Africa, mainly because like you said, transport is so expensive. It's like the equivalent of about 200 quid to get into like to travel to a big land, so it's
Yeah.
quite a lot.
I think that's why, ESL has obviously noticed they started doing weekly events with prize pots,
Yeah,
just trying to get the interest, because that's always been a big problem. People will go to one LAN and then their team will collapse and then they won't go to the next LAN. It's trying to keep that constant stream of interest and having people playing, regularly, and then thinking, hang on, we've been playing for the past, 3 months together. Let's go to this LAN. Let's do this. So I
well,
think,
looks like Scan's back in the game. Well, joining. Hopefully, he's not lagging. He's all played on the Luxembourg server, so about 160 to 180 ping, depending on where you are in South Africa. And I can't remember. You did go through the Infused lineup, right?
yeah.
Okay, great. So checkbox 1 done, checkbox 2 done. And yeah, Laka is hitting the bottom. I want to see where the supports are going to go here. Like whether Scanton Odo are going to hit bottom or top to start. Because either way is fine. I mean, it's going to be Doom mid. Okay. I would have thought Tide mid, Doom safe, but this also makes sense.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult against a Jakiro, though. His low base armor and getting harassed by Jakiro. Sure, his attack animation isn't great, but he hits for, 61 with that Null Talisman?
And yeah, thanks, I guess, once again to... Oh, whoops. Thanks once again to the Bravado Gaming clan, South African clan, for sponsoring this fantastic event. And once again, thanks Dirk and Hari, who's somewhere hiding out there, just doing stats and being awesome. Hari and Zoot will be joining for the next match after this match, which is up against Energy Esports, up against someone. Do you know, offhand? It's Ichigogo. Okay. So, of the teams, where would you put Infused? Like, you have said this before, but I can't remember. Like, do you have like top 2 or bottom 2 of the 4 teams?
So I thought it was really difficult to seed them because, like, judging by recent performances, like I said before the start of the last game, Infused have been in a slump recently, and then we've got Ichigo and Bronze who are doing, pretty damn well. So I would have put Infused first or second seed, but with recent performances in hand, it would be Ichigo, then Bronze, then Infused, and then Full Love fourth. So, Infused second, third seed, kinda.
Okay, so in the middle of the pack, okay. And Doom gets the first creep of the game. It wouldn't be any other way for Wazmac. And yeah, there's going to be this tri-lane versus tri-lane. Interesting lane, positioning around Witch Doctor is one of the hardest things to get right. And so annoying for like these dual supports that we're going to see running around together in the form of the Ancient Apparition and the Earthshaker.
I'm getting flamed for my comment that all UK players are students or on benefits. But the thing is, and then people are like, yeah, he's flaming us, but he's right.
Oh, early ward actually kicked off here. Nice stun coming out, and Cook's in a little bit of trouble here. The Witch Doctor casks are doing so much damage, and Odu's going to just fall down here. He's gone. And this is a very bad sign for an aggressive tri-lane when you're going aggressive and you're losing.
It looked like such a good move, but that tango from Cook managing to sort of pull him around to the Fisher.
Okay, so another interesting question that I have to ask for the wonders that is Dirk's knowledge bombs. Tidehunter versus Nature's Prophet. Boots first gaming for both, I guess, and who's going to win it though? Like, is there a way that Nature's Prophet wins this lane by going, for example, early phase Boots and just harassing?
See, I don't know if it's Boots first for both, because when we usually see melee against Nature's Prophet, you go for a Poor Man Shield, and Tidehunter with Kraken Shell, and, well, he just needs a Stout Shield, really, but Poor Man is really going to demolish that Nature's Prophet's Treants and right-click harass. So I don't know if he puts that much gold in, or he just goes for the basic Stout, then goes into Boots and Arcanes. But Nature's Prophet does have to pull out all the stops, try and last hit as much as he can, because after level 3, 2 levels in Kraken is up for Chosen. It's so difficult to harass them down, and with 7 tangos, that's not the route you want to go for.
Yeah, Ice.
No, Ice spent like 12 tangos.
And he got pulled one as well.
It was so ridiculous.
Ancient Apparition has picked up a haste rune and is considering running top. There's no vision on the top half of the map yet, so Tone is picking up this first blades of attack, and one treant just standing back here doing a little bit of scouting. Gonna actually see Scant here as he runs out, and yeah, Tone's gonna be just fine. Maybe Scant's just gonna get some harass off here. He went for Chilling Touch level 1, and I think that like in itself maybe was a little bit of a disaster for the bot lane, because Laka wasn't in position to do enough right click damage. Comes an arrow, Laka gonna dodge it this time.
Yeah, you just gotta wonder on this top lane. Oh, Jakiro finds a kill on Doom at mid.
That's like annoying / interesting. I mean, how does that happen?
Yeah, well, I guess Scorched Earth is completely demolished by your Dual Breath and Liquid Fire, so you don't have that HP regen. Then it's down to Doom's lack of base armor. His relatively low HP pool is on 850. He's got bottle boots. So
both of them have got like exactly almost the same base HP, but just higher armor on Doom. But yeah, this is a very, very annoying lane. It's like when you get mid and you're a Zeus and they're a Husk on you.
Doom just TP back. He's dead. He's dead again.
Wazmac, what are you doing, mate?
What are you doing? He TP's back and then he takes a lot of harass from that, 10 second? No, it's 10-second cooldown. But when Liquid Fire's on level 4, the 4-second cooldown, you can continually spam it before the duration ends.
Yeah, this is like a no-win lane for him now. He actually has to go jungle and they have to send like Earthshaker and Ancient Apparition mid or something.
Send level 2 AA mid against the level 7 Jakiro.
Like, but what's it, just get experience or something? Because there's no way you can stand close where this guy can spam you. And yeah, top lane taking a little bit of harass here. See the
Well,
Titans
bot lane,
did-
Maledict and Cask onto Lucca. Gonna take plenty of damage, and Elliot keeps hitting Richie with the arrow, gonna fly across it. Oh, it does
Oh,
hit!
Lucca.
No!
Where are you going, Laka?
I thought he was fine there. If he just continued running in the same direction, you know, continue this path here, he was fine. But the arrow through fog gonna catch him just about.
Yeah, always a tough situation. Scan's going to be DCing here. Pause coming out by Odu. Hopefully Scan's root is not having that much. Oh, he's DC'd, so you can't actually tell what his ping's like. But much better start here for Infused Gaming. 4-0, kills in 2 of their lanes. Top lane's kind of going even, but I mean, if you're winning 2 and you're drawing 1, you definitely okay with this.
Yeah, and they're getting plenty of farm on the Mirana. 1200 gold. Probably going to go face boots and not the Midas, like you said earlier. They want to finish this game relatively quickly. Go for the phase, apply pressure on his bot lane, take the tier 2. Oh, Jakiro finds the tier 1 mid, and Odu coming around from the back. Not going to be able to find a kill there.
This is
Now
going to give a
Taro's
little bit of
looking
room,
for the
though.
rune.
This is going to give some room here for Wazmac, just to get back in. Oh, he's actually just going to stay in the jungle. Like his play here has been a little bit like, questionable / weird, and he chooses not to take the big hull bear smasher because he wants to retain the war stomp.
Now, as Doom in this situation, do you try and build towards Blink, or do you try and get back into the game with a sort of comeback Midas?
Yeah, catch up Midas. I think.
I hate using that phrase, but you know, that's what it is.
So we were talking about the potential for just great push coming out by the Infused side, and they know this isn't like a surprise or something they're not aware of. But is Windranger plus ES going to be able to do anything against it? I mean, Windranger's level 3 at the moment, and
Well,
Earthshake is level 2. There's just so little that they can do. Witch Doctor's their healing. I mean, is this going to just be rack straight up? Or
arrow hits Lucca. Oh no! Well, I would have said that Infused would back off after doing, you know, half damage to tier 3, but they might just go all in. Is Tide level 6? Tide does have Ravage. Yeah. That's something.
Yeah, he's going to pop Ravage here, but isn't going to be able to do anything. Here comes Scan from the side. Doom goes on to the Witch Doctor. Very important here, actually, to isolate, but Smack has been just completely sprouted and very ineffective here. And if they don't make picks off this fight, then this is actually going to be like absolutely horrible. Doom does pick up 1 on the back. He's going to have he's going to have something soon, maybe.
No.
Scan's going to die though, so it's not going to be completely for free.
And the great thing there is that
Power Shot's going to do a lot of damage. Are we going to see a shackle? No, there's no shackles. That Lucca's only level 3, now level 4. Poor Lucca.
Right click's too strong. I was going to say, Crystal Maiden was so lucky there. When he reached this point here, his Tranquil Boots went back to the regular mode and stopped being deactivated. Yeah. So he got the extra movement speed and regen to outrun the Doom. But I don't know why he went back into that situation, going up to this high ground, getting caught on this position, then sort of running backwards and forwards. It was an unnecessary kill to give away. Managed to get into a situation where that tier 3 is on 439 health. They got a 1-for-1 trade, which is great for them. Forced the Ravage, and to be fair, that Ravage was great. I thought, oh, it's going to hit 1 guy, but catching 4 on the absolute extremity of it.
I think what we need to see here is we need to see both Lucca and Tidehunter just get many levels as they possibly can. Ancient Apparition getting 6 is also very important, but like experience, like Bravado have got to do their level best to just drop as many towers as slowly as they can while they get levels up on, like specifically the Tidehunter, the Windranger, and the Ancient Apparition. Like Doom has got his Doom, he's got Scorched Earth level 2, that's fine. Earthshaker getting level 6 is a bit of a dream though at this point in time. They just need these key levels, maybe like if they can somehow scrape a bracelet between them, it'll be a good position. But they're at such a disadvantage right now. 5
what's the gold graph like?
Yeah, it's going to be out of control. It's going to be like nearly 8,000. I don't think Bravado would just expecting this type of behavior so soon. If I was Odu, I would stand over here and I would just do the bad-mannered Earthshaker fissure for the rest of the game. There's no Ravage, so Chosen One going to get maledicted up here. Taking a lot of damage. Arrow's going to dodge. He's going to be forced out to use their glyph here. Tidehunter will have Ravage by the time he TP's back into the top lane. Doom's looking to rope from the side. This tower's going to fall though.
Yeah, there's no cliff.
Oh, Doom goes off though on Elia. This is going to force the fight, but Smack is taking so much damage. Just going to die. Ravage does a lot of damage. Power shot through, picks up one, but they don't have reveal. And Chosen One's actually taking so much damage from this liquid fire. He's going to be able to try get out on the side there.
And with Witch Doctor still alive, they've got that Voodoo Restoration still going.
They're going to be able to fight in a second or two here. Odie's really just got to be BM here. He's just got to hold the high ground. He has a big
Scans
ALT.
level 6.
Okay, very, very, very important that he has that.
Well,
But
Odie's
Arrow
going to
goes
die
into
for this.
Odie. Oh, Odie.
Oh.
Gonna die. And Richie's got a leap to get out if he needs it. But this is looking dire for Bravado. They've really just like while Infused levels up here a bit while they get back into regening mode. And Witch Doctor and Crystal Main, that's not very long at all. And Smack is gonna die here. There's Maledict on him. He's got to just do as much as he possibly can before he dies. And Chosen One's going to take the fall, it seems as well. ALT going to come forward, going to pick up one. Scant picking up a kill. Buyback straight away though. And Odu's on the attack here. Crystal Main's going to die. Really nice shackle actually there by Laka. And maybe this is like going to give a little bit of breathing room for Bravado. But with the buybacks coming in, it's like Infused know exactly what they have to do. They have to just take one lane or axe, probably in the next 2 or 3 minutes. They won't lose if they don't, but they'll be like... The whole pocket strat relies on them doing that. Otherwise, they're going to have to go back and play the long game.
Jakira's built a mech though. He had 3,000 gold as they were pushing this top tier 3. So he's just built a straight up mech and it's going to give them so much more pushing potential. They just have to be wary of these ice blasts coming from Scant. That 40-second cooldown is pretty damn good. And he's managed to find an Ogre Club. That kill on Mirana and, well, he got Jakiro, then Mirana. With the ice blast, didn't he? So it's plenty of gold influx for him.
And mid tier 2 is going to fall here. Arrow comes through hitting a creep. So yeah, all the towers, outer towers dead. Bravado have yet to pretty much scratch any of the lanes. Like, there's a little bit of damage to the outer towers, all chip damage. But yeah, this kind of also, like, luck is so important in these fights. He's just got to get power shots out. And he's got to make sure he hits as many creeps as he can. And doesn't get arrowed again. But yeah, the gold graph is like kind of plateaued a bit at 10k. That's mainly because there's been 6 towers that have died for none. But can Bravado just maybe hold the high ground here? It looks like Infused are going to go for the rush, and maybe this is a bit of a mistake. Smack is TPing back home, so he thinks that they were going to be ganging him. He's got 1,000 gold. What does he go for in this type of situation? They need the early drums, and I think, yeah, he looks like he's going for the drums. And there's an AALT. Gonna come down, and AALT is excellent against the Witch Doctor. Like, it almost completely negates like half his value in any fight by just being able to get there. But this is just, I don't think Bravado can fight this even if they get there. Earthshaker needs to have 6 if they want to do this type of engagement. And there's an arrow coming forward. Not gonna actually connect. Ravage is ready though. Witch Doctor ward. The casts are bouncing. Person One's trying to get out. So is Lucky. He's gonna use Magic Wand. Gonna get brought down. And drums are now up on Wisemac. So without luck, I don't know if they can contest this rush, but they can definitely stage a good defense in the next fight. Okay, ALT is so annoying though.
How do you stop this?
Okay, so they have to give up rush now. There's no way that they can split push at this stage of the game. They just got to hold high ground. This has turned into like an Infos, like team survival type of game here. They just
waves and waves of creeps.
That's exactly what's happening here. There's no way they can fight at this stage like head on, and they just have to try hold back. And they don't have map control, so Nature's Prophet and Mirana can both just buy Necrobooks if they want. Like, a Necrobook on Mirana is pretty trash, but it doesn't matter. It looks like Jakira's going Atos.
Yeah, why not?
Another Necrobook could be nice. I mean, given all the AoE of Bravado, it's like the only way that Bravado holds high ground. Wisemac doesn't have a TP scroll here. And he's quite far out mid.
I mean, does he try and loop around the back and go this way?
That's what he did last time. And dooming the Witch Doctor, I think, is like the most excellent thing he can do. Arrow coming, not going to catch Wazmak, but they know he's there now. There's a ward on the high ground by the secret shop. And then moving into the high ground, the liquid fire just being popped off. The A ulti is going to only catch 2 of them there, the Witch Doctor, crucially one of them.
Well, there's another tier 3 falling.
Yeah, 8 towers down, 1 to go for all of the towers of the game. Save the tier 4s are dead. And look at the damage coming out on Lucky. There's no way that there's going to be a mecha in a reasonable time here. I mean, like before this next fight, because Titans needs 300 gold to finish that off, and that's like maybe a little bit of a...
And when Arrow hits him, here comes the play from Richie. No, he still backs off from that. Not walking into a Ravage.
Bravado trying to get positioning here. Chosen One getting past the sip of the bottle from Wazmak. Ulti coming out from Infused right there. And they're just trying to bring down these melee racks. Here comes the Ravage. Bravado knows it's do or die time. And a big shaker ulti. They're trying to bring down Richie, but he's the one who's going to be coming back with Aegis. There's just no way that Bravado can hold this. And Infused looking like they're just going to be able to move onto the high ground and finish this off.
Just hit the melee rack. Come on, it's got 140 health.
Oh, Shackle Shot not going to connect yet. Luck is in so much trouble. Double Starfall coming out from Richie right there. And this is going to be, it looks like the melee racks, there may be more.
And now Doom walking back up to high ground. Starstorm is back off cooldown. I think that liquid fire is going to be the end of Doom, possibly.
He's okay, he's bottling up there. Chosen One doing an excellent job.
Blast.
Not going to catch on the bottom. Doom's just absolutely getting kited. A nice Shackle Shot coming up by Lucky. They're going to secure the kill on the Mirana, but look how tanky the Shakira is. Is he going to actually just feed here? I mean, this is going to be a lot of gold going the way of Bravado. And Luck is trying to just man fight here. Not going to be able to get off one more spell.
Put the Necro Books on the Doom.
And Scan picks up another kill. 1800 gold on him. Top tower is going to be pushing in here. Scan needs to be able to do some base control. Catapult getting to work on this range rack, so it's not going to regen up. And the TP top from Furion just to seal the deal, I think. I mean, Bravado such a disadvantage right now.
Ice Blast trying to push out this wave, but in come the Treants. There's a Catapult here as well, hitting on the range racks. Like, that's ideal situation for you. He's put his Treants on the melee, and I'm really not agreeing with this. There we go, switches across.
Yeah, so the range racks here probably going to take the fall. One more Catapult hit required, nothing they can do about that. And the melee racks fall in bottom, the range racks on just over a third HP. And I think that fight was just, like, these are so disorganized, these fights, and all of the heroes of Bravado require, like, a few levels. They're getting the levels on the key heroes, but they just don't have the items to supplement them.
Oh, Richie looking for Smacker.
Yeah, it looks like Infused just want to go mid and possibly end this, while Furion splits top. Wazmak has a TP scroll this time, so... What is he trying to get? Just level 11? Get the better Doom? I mean, it does do a little bit of extra damage, 20 extra damage, and that's universal damage, so... Scaling somewhat better, you'd expect. And Ravage is up here. Oh, nice Shackle Shot. This could be what they're looking for here. Ravage is going to come, but oh, it's so late. It only catches out one.
Those Witch Doctor casks bouncing between him and the creeps. He wanted to get in, a much better position, go down the hill a little bit, but the cask bouncing between him and creeps, he just could not get that positioning right. And buyback from Richie, they want this top set of racks.
And Crystal Man has a bug buyback status for me there, so I don't...
Yeah, she's had that for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. And arrow coming. It's going to just bisect the gap. Chosen One's just trying to man up here, but like I said earlier, he still hasn't finished on his neck. What a wonderful Shackle Shot. Looks like they're going to try and bring down Richie here, but it's such a nice sprite and a death ward on top of that. Smacker's going to die, so has Chosen. With Lucka maybe going to fall next. Odu dodges, but top rack's falling here. Melee rack's such low HP. There's no glyph available for such a long time, and Lucka's trying to run back. There's nothing Bravado can do. They're just getting rolled here.
Now, do we see the switch to mid, or do they go straight for bot? They've got enough damage in the Treants to take down his mid tier 3, then possibly range racks here, then go for the melee at bot. For the ranged at bot, sorry.
Yeah, they take this tower, like, and do any like significant damage in the next team fight, before the next team fight, they're 8 for away. There's no Ravage for over a minute. There's no Doom for 20 seconds. Their ulti's paltry level 1 ulti. This is just gone from bad to worse. Your Chosen One's coming, got a gush off. Luck is gonna die just to liquid fire and earn. And Pyrox is throwing down a macro fire, kind of the BM macro fire of the game.
And Doom's off cooldown now. Who's he gonna throw it on though? Moonlight Shadow holding everyone in Viz. Oh no! Tide dies to the Necro Warrior! Allowing his melee barracks to stay alive for what, 3 seconds longer, but giving his life for it. I think that's game now. Melee ranged racks fell at bot to creeps in that catapult. That's mega creeps now for Team Infused, going for these tier 4s. Oh, the BM.
Yeah, Infused on a little bit of a time schedule here, so just asking to GG. Okay, I'm gonna skip out. You do the farewell credits, and then you jump in straight away.
The farewell credits. Infused 1.
Wow, guys.
Oh,
Go ahead, please. I'm in awe.
no, please say something. What's your take on this game?
What the hell just happened in mid at the beginning to do like that? I've never seen a Jakiro kick so much ass.
Cool. Well, okay. Good ending credits there.
I don't know what else to say, man. What the hell just happened? Oh my god. Well, I think this humbled the Bravado players a little bit after their initial win. I think that's
Yeah, they got slammed. They got slam dunked.
completely.
Get in the lobby, Zoot. Stop your scallywaggery.
Yeah. Sorry. It looks like the Infused guys are really impatient to just get the ball rolling ASAP. So screw breaks. Oh, I got the wrong password. Oh no, I think I put in. Yeah. Oh, we're good. I can't believe how slammed they just got, man. It was GG like even at 10 minutes time.
Well, I was just gonna say, Tone is apologising for Tyrox saying, can you GG already? Like they, scheduled JDL match without realising. Well, one of them has scheduled a JDL match without remembering that they've got this to play.
Join the lobby. I mean, join a
That's pretty BM though to say that. Can you please GG?
It's okay.
Yeah, their entire team is apologising. They're saying sorry.
Okay, it's up to you now to click the one button required for us to start.
I'm so sorry, Knoxville, please.
Okay, there we go. We're in, and game number 3 is underway. That was like the fastest a game has ever gone from game 2 to game 3. Like everyone's just trying to hustle. Zoot's just being slow. Dirk is being slow. This game is good.
It's interesting to see this go all the way to the tiebreaker, though. The way the first game go, I thought that maybe Bravado would be getting a bit of momentum, and maybe Infused Impatience was actually just going to hurt them in the end. But it seemed to actually make them angry to win, rather than just not that they were keen to lose by any means. But I don't know. I'm so in shock still that by how badly I think that Bravado just played that.
Yeah, my Dota just crashed, so I think that the guys on Infused are gonna think I'm trolling him or something. But I'm gonna try to jump back in a second. I mean, I think I've got like another 45 seconds or so.
You got a minute. You got 60 seconds to get.
I'll be in there. All
right. Of course, guys. Next up, we are going to be having Energy Esports versus Isha Go Go Go. And Durka, you were rating them really highly in the UK scene.
They're not doing well.
They're not doing well. What?
Oh dear.
I mean, I expect them to win, but I don't know. I've never seen them play before. I don't know what to get. I know that they just got a new player because I wrote notes about it because I was speaking to their captain earlier. They got Grunos, who has come in as their carry. And I think they
who's
lost Grunos.
Who's joined for who?
Grunos joined Isha Go Go Go.
Really?
Oh, okay. Because there's a South African player called Kronos who plays carry. So I was like, is this just Zoot accent that is supporting me so hard, or?
No. But it's quite interesting because they're run by a pair of brothers. This team and the brother Watson's Waters just moved to support because they got Kronos as a carry. So and the captain plays mid. So I don't know. Looking forward to seeing them later. But guys, I'll leave you to it.
I think one of the weirdest bits about Ichigo's stack is that they're literally they were a stack of sort of 8 pub players who joined tournaments for fun. I think now they've whittled that down to 5 or 6 players that they sort of rotate around. But now they're looking like, you know, a more solid lineup of 5 people who play together regularly. Because they've got Ichigo, Watson's Water, Gronos. But who are their other 2 now?
Oh, 1 second. I have got the other 2. They've got Antab and Inferno Croy.
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
I've got to say
Anyway,
a
stop
shout
your
out to chat.
tomfoolery.
I got one shout out, and I promise I'll leave you alone. There's a guy in chat called Zoot as well, and I know that you took the name 8 years ago, which is about 3 years before me. But please don't hate on me, my fellow Zoot. Anyway.
Okay. Well, now that the tomfoolery is done, welcome everyone to game number 3 here between Infused and Bravado Blue. My name is Knoxville, joining me all the way from the very sunny UK. Now, probably getting a little bit dark, but it's Durka Dota. And we're going to be bringing you action here. Bravado took game number 1 in a pretty close wombo combo heavy lineup. Infused took game number 2 very, very quickly. Excellent push strat. And now we're in game number 3. Infused are on the clock a little bit. They want to try get this game done, as they do have a Joy Dota League game scheduled right after this. So I expect them to go for a push heavy lineup of their own. They picked Doom first. Invoker and Sand King as a response from Bravado Gaming. And yeah, I mean, Durka, what do you have to say about that last game, other than get wrecked?
Yeah, they were demolished. Like, that push strat was absolutely ridiculous. Bravado had no way of stopping it. Like, they had heroes that could cope, but only when they had certain levels. I think the key thing was, though, Doom dying twice in quick succession to Jakiro mid. That just, you know, gave him a tier 1 tower for free, gave him levels. He was level 7, while the rest of Bravado was sort of level 4 or 5, with level 2 on scant on the AA.
Yeah, that was pretty... Ooh, so Witch Doctor picked up once more Doom, and Witch Doctor, are we going to see more push strat? The bans coming out are all push bans. Nature's Prophet and the Rasta, the Rubik's banned out in the tree, and I think Lycan was banned out just because you don't want to lose a game where you want to push early because the enemy team has a Lycan who's just split pushing you. So I think a wise ban, despite the push heavy lineup that we're going to see coming out here. Are Bravado just going to ban out, or AA gets banned out here? Are we going to see the Jakiro banned out? We are going to see the Jakiro banned out. I think Scant is also like kind of playing this a little bit like as a smooth operator. He realizes that Infused need to finish early, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just picks Keeper of the Lights, like just, you know, sup. Not such a great hero, given the fact that we know that there's a Doom Witch Doctor versus Invoker Sand King, but a great hero, given the fact that he knows Infused wants to try, like, seal the deal as quick as possible.
10 seconds.
And yeah, the loser of this game goes into the loser's bracket, which is just best of 1. So a little bit of a scary time if you want to take the loser's bracket route to get to the grand finals.
Yeah,
what do you think is the next pick for Bravado out here?
So that's the thing. I'm wondering about team mentality right now. We know Infused is on a time limit. They've got another game to play, so they want to try and finish fast. Do Bravado basically bunker down, pick defensive heroes that can farm well, and go for the mid to late game? Just try and have no aggression in the early game, just don't die, and have Infused basically forced into a position where they have to dive towers, then play reactionary Dota, carry TPs, defend your towers with Sand King. I mean, Treant's banned, but if you go for, you know, Rubik again, that's banned as well. Wow, Infused are pretty good on these bans, huh?
Yeah, I think the Wind Ranger was a pretty good pick on Bravado's side, but it needs a little bit more farm. Invoker's also, like, it's going to be a good hero against, like, a push-heavy lineup, but it's also going to be a situation where you need levels up, and, like, the Wind Ranger just didn't get levels until it was too late. Like, a level 7 Wind Ranger with level 4 power shot, that's what you need. You need that early. And here comes Doxia, the most, like, classic counter-push hero in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see, like, Keeper of the Light here. Like, it would be absolutely, like, gutting for Infused. But
you want to push towers? Yeah, here's 2 ion shells. Push into that.
Oh, well, Venomancer Ward's pretty good against iron shells. And maybe we're going to see a Mason-style farming Venomancer in the bot lane rushing the mech. what are the lanes going to be? Off lane? I mean, the lanes are going to be a little bit weird from Infused because they want to give very specific farm and experience preference to certain heroes. Like Witch Doctor is probably going to want to be in a dual lane as opposed to like more stock standard tri lane. Venomancer is going to want to get quite a bit of experience.
They're doing it.
They're doing it.
See, I
doing it.
I said they should do it last game when we saw the big push potential from Infused, but it's taken them a game. It's taken them this realization that Infused want to push. Lone Druid on top of things. Wow.
But this is also like huge mind games because you go first pick Doom and Witch Doctor. Any team says, okay, well we got Invoker, Sand King, pretty solid. Then they go Dox and you're like, oh, okay, well Iron Shell doesn't work against Venomancer wards, and you're like, Keeper of the Light. And now they're like, we're gonna just pick Lone Druid, who's so tanky and just doesn't care for any Illuminates. So this is like I think a little bit of a pocket strat by Infused, but also a little bit of mind games by them in this third and final game.
I don't know, early on Lone Druid's pretty squishy before it gets level 6. So when there's Sand King, Burrow Strike, then Illuminate, then possible Sunstrike from Invoker, that's great kill potential on 3 of Infused heroes really. Veno, Witch Doctor, Lone Druid, very easy to take down early on.
Yeah, so tied into band, Juggernaut, I think Juggernaut was maybe a little bit too greedy. I think that we're going to need to see, we might be seeing a core Venomancer here, and playing offlane Lone Druid or mid Lone Druid and vice versa with the Doom. I think that Crystal Maiden is like a worthy ban here. Like even though they've already got 2 would-be supports, knowing how they want to try end early, the constant aura that Crystal Maiden provides, excellent for pushing. Maybe Lone Druid doesn't need it as much. Doom would like it. Witch Doctor would really like it. So would the Venomancer. But maybe just the Ring of Basilius is such an important item here. Maybe we're gonna see something banned out here. Just like, what do we want? A mid hero that can push pretty well. There's like the options are somewhat limited, I think.
Do they go all out and pick something like a Queen of Pain?
I think Queen of Pain just needs a little bit of time to get going. Like I'd like to see an Enigma coming out here from Infused because it's got great push. Unit jeez.
They really don't want them to push, do they? Oh, okay.
Oh, Pugna. Okay, that's a fine hero. So Pugna mid. How's this going to affect the laning situation? Pugna versus Invoker or Pugna versus Tinker? Like, which would you prefer?
Which would I prefer as the Pugna?
Yeah, no. Which one would you prefer as Bravado to play up against Pugna mid?
Probably the Tinker. Because Invoker gets wrecked by Pugna, like, outright.
Yeah, I mean, it also forces Invoker in that situation to go like a Quas heavy build to sustain in the lane, deal with the constant harass.
Look at that,
it looks like
Quas first.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll take us through the Bravado side for the 3rd time. Smacker going to be in the top lane as Tinker. It's going to be mid lane. It's going to be Chosen One, although Odie's running out with him with 2 wards. Lucker in the bot lane on the Darkseer, and last but not least, Scant running around in this famous little pony as Keeper of the Light.
Does he have a famous pony? Well, over on the Radiant side, we have Tone offlane Doom, and Radiant side offlane Doom is pretty damn good. You can eat a creep from this large camp, and you've got experience which you can seep from the pull camp over here, and he has a nice ward to see when they're pulling as well. We've got the Bear roaming around in the jungle, going to be looking to pull possibly, but we've got Cook on the Venomancer and Elliot on the Witch Doctor on this high ground at mid, Tyrox on the Pugna, and at bot lane, Richie on the Lone Druid. Now I just wonder, oh no, Richie's bringing the Bear back. What we used to see with off-lane Lone Druid was, you'd pull the lane back for yourself, but there's all of this, theory crafting about having the Lone Druid sit on one lane and then use the Bear to pull for another hero, which could benefit greatly, like a Doom.
I mean, okay, so this type of matchup of Darkseer versus Lone Druid specifically, I think is like, if played optimally, the Darkseer is going to go behind his tower, behind the Lone Druid's tower, and just stand there with Iron Shell once he's got up Stout Shield and a little bit of regen. He doesn't have Stout Shield at the moment, he can buy it very soon. And if he does that behind tower, he's going to get every creep, and you're going to be forced to use the Bear to tank the creeps under the tower.
Oh, Chosen at mid, there's the Cask and the Gale and the Pugna Blast. There's going to be no survival for Chosen. Invoker, the first to fall.
Yeah, that is an important kill, especially given that we know that Infused want to try make this as quick as possible.
Infused making their mark up very early on. And where's Cook going? He's going to sentry up this camp. So he's expecting the Keeper of the Light to stack and pull as much as possible and get experience and gold that way. Especially in the next, 5 minutes or so.
That is a very, very nice play coming out from him. And he's also standing mid here because he wants to be able to make some plays where possible on the mid lane. Also remember that Cold Snap got nerfed in the recent patch. So yeah, this is not a good time if you're a Quas Invoker. Times are tough. And what's Darkseer is just getting so heavily harassed here.
It's going to bounce. Yeah, it bounces to the creeps. That change to Witch Doctor Cask is so ridiculous. Bouncing to units in fog. Gets hit by the Gale, a couple more right clicks. He's going to die. No, he's going to deny himself to the stack.
Yeah, heads up play there from Laka. Good work for him. Oh, Cold Snap actually coming out doing some good damage to Pugna. And yeah, Keeper of the Light soon going to realize that he's not going to be able to stack this camp.
Soon.
So in terms of last hits and denies, pretty even. I mean, Tinkers is the most important hero, I think, on the side of Bravado. Because not only does it allow you to defend indefinitely, it also allows you to go on the offensive and get split push going. So in the top lane, they've got to make sure that Wazmac has an okay time.
Yeah, and you can definitely see the Tinker's intentions. Not going for any in rockets, going for the March laser. So he doesn't want to...
Here's the Witch Doctor. Does dingo, man. Witch Doctor hits pretty hard. 56 damage, more than the Lone Druid in the Druid form.
Invoker's finally hit level 3, 2 in Quas.
Oh yeah, Cold Snap.
Do you reckon he goes Quas Exalt or he go for Quas Wex here? Because obviously the Tornado EMP is going to be great at stopping pushes.
Yeah, Quas Wex. I think. I mean, the response to that is going to be just lots of levels up in, lots of levels up. I just run a retarded phase. It's like a stuck record. No, lots of items that are mana providers. So Arcane Boots, obviously the primary one, but also just the things like Ring of Basilius. The constant mana regen that's going to come off that. It's going to be huge. They don't have any like natural Ringer of Basilius holders. I guess Doom is a good one. But there's no one who's going to turn that into an Aquila, for example. So
I don't know. Lone Druid could go for one and then make a Vlad's later on. So he can potentially be...
I'm thinking more someone who's going to get more value out of it. Like there's no Mirana, like a Agi hero is definitely, absolutely, or a Gyrocopter. Doom's a good carrier in some regards, but not...
Are you much of an Invoker player?
And I play a lot of Invoker. I don't know if that means anything.
You wouldn't call yourself a player.
Chosen One has missed 4 creeps in a row.
I know.
Here.
Well, this is the point I was going to bring up. How do you feel about Nil Talisman on Quas Exalt Invoker? Quas Wex Invoker, sorry.
I don't really like Quas Wex Invoker that much, but I think that the Null Talisman is normally in a lane where you need to be able to harass the enemy out of the lane, and you're still going for Exalt heavy. So if you're going if you Invoker versus DK and you have to go Exalt, then I think like an additional Null Talisman there is even better.
I did not know that the cast from Witch Doctor bounced to Ancients.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Darkseer just got caught here, Cask came on him, and then it bounced from Ancients and back. I know they changed it so it hits units in fog, but how can it hit a Magic Immune unit?
Well, Magic Immune just means it can't take damage, it doesn't mean it can't hit it.
I guess. But then, does Cask bounce between Visage Familiars?
Possibly, but remember that they also can't be stunned by like almost anything. Oh, and here's Scans in the bot lane, level 3. So he's gone 2 Chakra, 1 Illuminate, which is pretty stock standard, but also, given the recent times I've seen the South African teams play Keeper of the Light, sometimes they go Arcane Boots, and as a result they're able to take Illuminates over the...
mid lane, Decrepit Fly onto Chosen, Gale gonna hit, and the blast, here comes Elia, Cask, they've got Dust!
Oh, they got Dust!
Look, has Dust! And that's another kill on Invoker, but in comes Odu on the Sand King, coming from behind Elia with that Voodoo Restoration, not gonna be able to heal her up enough.
That's
Odu might be the second to fall, a couple of hits here from the Venomancer of the Ward.
Oh, as he tries to Sandstorm, he got taken out there. Oh, Scan's coming from the side here. Venomancer wards, though, very, very suitable targets to tank the tower damage. And here comes Odu using a nice Sandstorm there. But this tower has taken so much damage. in the bottom lane, like Darkseer's had such a rough time here. He's died once. He's only got 10 creeps. That's like, it's just not fun for him, really.
Yeah, he doesn't have Soul Ring, and he can't really go into... Well, he could go into the jungle, but Keeper of the Light has been stacking that for himself. And the pressure applied from the Witch Doctor and Venomancer onto both of these lanes is pretty damn good. Also stacking creeps for their own team. Now, with the Lone Druid, he's looking towards building a Midas, but I don't really think that suits their game plan this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the time they wanted to finish right now. They wanted to finish by 9. So, yeah, this is a little bit awkward. And Darkseer's build, 3 in Iron Shell, 2 in Surge. I think he needs to get Vacuum up earlier, but I think 2 in Surge is fine. I think he should go Vacuum now, like, forget more levels of Iron Shell. Because every creep you put Iron Shell on is going to get focused down if it's one of your creeps. And if it's one of the enemy creeps, it's gonna do like a good enough time, really. It's gonna be fine.
Well, there's the BOT timing before 7 minutes for that safe lane Tinker. But mid tier 1 goes down. Tyrox heading up towards the top lane with Doom. And that's Doom with his ultimate ready to go. Stacked camps have been taken by the Sand King, so he's getting closer to his dagger. About 1,150 off, but here comes the big defense of bot lane.
The bear goes down so low, 70 HP. Yeah, Macca's just got to basically make sure he doesn't die a lot. Like that, like he should rather be played more passively if it means not dying. And top tower's taking the fall here. Pugner's moved in there. He's gone a little bit surprisingly power trades. I thought this would be a game where he and all the Doom would go arcane boots, just basically because they're playing up against the Quaswex and Boca.
Yeah, and when the supports aren't farming, I mean, I guess these kills have been great for them. Stun onto the Darkseer. Do we get no entangle?
So if King was here, our famous Macedonian carry player, he would definitely have got first hit entangle there. Like, absolutely. Like
100%.
It would be against the rules if he were not to. But once again, look at the tower damage that's Infused have sustained. I'll give you a clue. It's 22. It's 22 on the top tower. And okay, now the catapult comes bottom to spoil the fun. But it's minimal. Bravado have lost 3 tier 1 towers. And as we know, and as they know, this is more about them like being able to defend than it is about anything else in this game. They've got to hold on as long as they possibly can.
Well, that's the question now. How does Infused go high ground in the next 10 minutes? Against Tinker March, against the Tornado EMP, Vacuum, Illuminate, Sand King?
Blink Dagger on Doom, I think, is where it's at. Like, they got to get Blink Dagger on the Doom, and he's got to have a big stomp, and they got to pick off the Tinker straight away. Like, that's how it's got to go. And Invoker mid has just been shut down so much. Pugner, just, as you said in the pre-match, just destroys him. Complete whiff over there of the Tornado. Not at all great. But Tinker's getting up items. He's going to have Soul Ring soon. I think that's the next item.
But where does he farm? Because as Tinker, you want to be farming Ancients, Jungle, Side Lane all at once. There's no room for him. Like, they're trying to prioritize Sand King in the jungle to get Dagger. They've got no room for Darkseer, Invoker, Keeper of the Light. There is literally no space on the map for any of them to get their next tier of items. Oh, and Richie is actually skipping the Midas. He's got so much gold now, it's going to be a 9.5 minute Relic into probably a 10.5, 11 minute Radiance.
That's going to be really... Doom has got his dagger. So he's looking for a Centaur. Not going to find one. Imagine there were just no Centaurs that spawned for the rest of the game. It was just...
I've had that before.
They just don't spawn.
Or when they do spawn, your team kills them. I've had that. Like, guys, I need a Centaur. I'm Doom. I want to go and stomp people. Look, Alpha Wolves, Mud Golems, Trolls. Yeah, okay, there's a Centaur. Oh no, there isn't anymore. Oh, mid lane. Tornado didn't catch Tyrox, and Chosen was going in there, but no mana for Gold Snap. So Tyrox has his mech completed.
So I've been reading some of the Twitch comments during the downtime, and people keep on talking about Banshee. I don't know what that is. You got to explain that.
Oh boy. Okay, so there are a few UK casters sort of, trying to make a break. There's myself, there's Joe Show, there's obviously Pyrian Flax who joins us.
Oh, Pyrian Flax, who's that again?
Some guy that does things.
As my Pyrian Flax announcer just insults me.
Good timing.
Oh.
And then there's Banshee, who comes along for the ride, and he's been casting sort of JDL, trying to cast some ESL stuff, but he's not the fan favorite. I think I'll put it that way.
Okay.
People like to take the piss out of him, but he has a green screen, so it's all good.
A green screen. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, Invoker gonna take all the mana away from the no mana bear.
From the no mana bear.
And this Cuddle, like, just not doing a good enough job. Oh, cast and bounce a little bit, unfortunately, there. Didn't just ding ding. Yeah, that bottom tower was crap anyway, don't sweat it.
Oh yeah, and there's another thing. Banshee, there's a UK Skype group for like competitive players to scrim and stuff. Banshee was in it so he could cast their games. He got kicked from it because he was whining about MMR and ranked being bad and stuff like that. He got kicked, and then he did this YouTube speech where he basically went all Winston Churchill and rallied the troops. I think you've got to watch the video. I'll find a link for you.
Yeah, so someone called Dowders says he's gonna do something horrible to Banshee at land. That sounds interesting. So yeah, back to the game, I guess. Invoker up to level 8, Tinker on level 9. It's comparable in terms of levels. Let's have a quick look at what the levels are looking like. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty even. It's just Witch Doctor's a little bit low level, so scans. It's maybe an advantage, experience advantage for Infused of just a few hundred. Yeah, it's just 300, 250 experience towards Infused at the moment. In terms of gold, though, taking all those towers has had its impact.
And Blink Dagger Sand King.
Ooh, Blink Dagger Sand King. That's really huge. Epicenter is like the one thing that we like kind of haven't really spoken about this game.
Yeah, but they've done a great job at prioritizing farm for him. I was talking about it a couple of minutes ago where, there's no room for Tinker because they've given Sand King so much room, but can they make something out of it?
Oh, Tinker comes in with a big epicenter, and they're trying to go on Richie here, taking so much damage. He's getting brought down.
Radiance.
Oh,
he just got enough gold for the Radiance recipe.
And earlier on, remember when in game 1 when they killed Invoker just as he used Midas? I mean, the timing is just. I don't want to say lucky because he's playing Darkseid this game, but it's been very favorable, I think. Oh, Doom just absolutely dire wolfing them out of that mid tower. And Smack is putting some nice cross pressure here. Pugna. Oh, Smack is actually taking a lot of damage here. He's going to try to just TP out. And Pugna doesn't have ulti. If he had ulti there, that was, I think, a dead Tinker.
No, I think Tinker would have escaped with about 100 HP or something like that. Level 1 life drain isn't great.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty close though. If only he had one stun. One stun to stop the Tinker TPing out. Well, Witch Doctor's looping around, but no, Smacker's out there.
Yeah, Smacker, once he's got Blink Dagger, he's in a much better position, but Syllabae with Get Radiance coming up, that's going to be very, very annoying to deal with.
Has Lucka got a gem? No, they've just got a sentry well placed there.
I'm sorry for mentioning Banshee. I regret that decision.
Why? What's happened?
Oh, there's Twitch spam. Here they go. Bottom lane, on tone. A lot of damage coming out. He's going to pop off his Scorched Earth and just scurry away, but I think they can still redive here. Meanwhile, top tower is going to take the fall, and Invoker's been put on this kind of tower duty, and he's just throwing down EMPs, Tornado, picking up a few creeps off the back of that. The tower's just going to take the fall. Bravado trying to take their first tower of the game. This bottom tier 1. And Lucka's getting close to mech. That's a very important item. Like, he's got to get that, and they've got to be able to, once again, just hold their high ground. And what is Keeper of the Light going, other than now that he's got Arcane Boots? I think he needs to start leveling Illuminates. Like, the time has come and gone for Chakra in this game. Tinker's got Blink Dagger. Sand King is getting levels up. Ooh, if he gets level 11, I think it'll be such a good move. But Tinker's also had a lot of free farm and just solo pushing time. He's up to level 11. He's more concerned now, I think, about getting up his ultimate orb. Because once you get ultimate orb, that's when the hashtag Merlini guide says that's when you take level 2 Realm.
I'm just a bit concerned about Infused and Cook's decision to go point booster here. Because against Illuminate, Tinker March, Spam, and stuff like that, surely you'd want a pipe on your team?
Well, there's a pipe coming up on the Pugna, first of all.
Okay.
And second of all, pipe does nothing against March, though, right? So...
Didn't they change that recently?
Oh, yeah, they did. They changed it to magic. That's true.
No,
It used
March
to do
is all-
universal damage. No,
it
used
still
to do
does universal.
Oh, does it?
But they changed the interaction between. Well, they changed the way that magic block works. It's not magic immunity anymore. Like Ember's. Oh, well, we're going to see engagement at the Rush Pit here, possibly.
Oh, Flame Guard.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
changed the way that like Flame Guard works against Doom and things like that. But I don't know if that's all interactions with. Like that's why Dota 2 is so weird. Not all interactions are the same. Like you'd think that universal damage against magic block would work the same in all scenarios, but
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't.
Well, I mean, there's only 4 types of universal damage, right? Doom,
Uh,
March of the
du-
Machines,
Enigmas.
and Enigma. Ooh, this EMP's so slow. Yeah, so... and then what's the 4th one? There's a 4th one. I don't know what that. These Venomance Awards being quite pesky to Odu, who wants to just stay out of range and do as much as he possibly can from the high ground before epping in. Oh, Wisemac in the annoying position here. I don't think that there's a way that Infused can actually jungle here. I mean, Rush here.
Yeah, it's really difficult. Like they've got Voodoo Restoration and Mech, but they're burning through so much mana. Oh, there's a Gale onto Odu. Do they have any reveal? There's the Dust, Burrow Strike, and TP. They can't catch him.
Oh, he's in such a sneaky position here, and that's wasted so much of their time. Smacker's now just roping around as much as he possibly can. They're just trying to push out the lanes, and Scan's just standing there, just keep on, being so annoying. Oh, Wazmac, and maybe in a little bit of an awkward situation. They're trying to rope around here to catch out someone. Tone's in a really bad position. They get a stun off, and a big Coddle Blast is coming forward. Doom onto Chosen. The casks are bouncing. And Odu's just going to try his very best. He needs 1 more second before he can get out of there. Oh, Mech coming forward. He goes down into the rush pits. That's a little bit interesting, but they got vision there because of the low ground. Actually, no, he goes invisible. He's going to die to Radiance.
Oh, there's actually more universal damage sources than I thought. They've added a few more.
What else is added?
There is Earthshaker's Echo Slam deals
The first
universal for the
bit.
first. Yeah, Laguna Blade when she's got Ags. Doom, Enigma Midnight Pulse, Tinker March of the Machines, Brewmaster's Earth Pulverize.
Okay, that's
So the
interesting.
passive on that.
But Rush is now like doing substantial damage to everyone involved. Yeah, there's another EMP point. It's like they're playing like trying to kill a wild boss or something, and they got to dodge all the spells. But it definitely looks like Rush is going to go their way.
Oh, and there's also Warlock's Golems, Pulverizing Fist, universal. Yeah, I thought there were only 3 or 4, but looks like there are a lot more.
Those must be recent changes.
Yeah, they are.
And the tooltips are still wrong. I mean, they still say magical.
Well, that's another thing I always found interesting about Dota 2. Like, it's technically magical damage that goes through magic immunity, but it's its own damage type universal. Like,
Yeah.
there's just no consistency sometimes.
So Bravado lose out on the rush, but at the same time, they took a really long time for anything to happen, and that's given a lot of passive gold. It's also given a little bit of room now for people like Wazmac or Smacker, the Tinker, to run around the map and put a little bit of pressure. I mean, the bottom tower fell earlier, and since then, there hasn't really been very much pressure anywhere on the map, except now top has taken time.
Yeah.
So I think it's been okay, and Odie didn't use his epicenter there, so maybe he can try and make an epicenter play onto Pugna, for example, in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and
Really
again, I
playing
come
it
back to
safe,
the point, how does Infused break high ground? Like, they struggled for, what, 2 or 3 minutes just taking Roshan in that little choke point? Do they try and go for split push and have Lone Druid push one way and 4 heroes push the other side lane? Because they've got pipe now, this is the time, if ever.
Ooh,
Mid
trying
lane,
to make
bow
it-
strike onto Tone, Doom getting caught out, Iron Shell, but no. There's no way you can kill a Doom with Scorched Earth up like that without some more damage potential. And with the Tinker, once he starts getting items up, I don't think Hex is going to be the right choice here.
I
If
think he
you
has
go-
to go Dagon.
Yeah, you got to go Dagon E-Blade and just try and kill Venno or the Witch Doctor, or even the Pugna. Like, he's pretty squishy. He's got pipe and mech, but 1000 HP?
Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, effectively 1250 HP, and laser does pure damage, so that doesn't get negated at all. And the rockets do mixed damage. So I think if he can just get Dagon up, he's not farming that well though. Like in terms of last hits and denies, he's at 133 at 20 minutes. Given like the room he had, and also considering that a lot of those are jungle creeps, I think that I would have expected him to have more. I mean, that is a very high standard to expect, but I know Wazmak's potential, and I think it could have been higher than
And he's going for a hex. I don't know if he has enough time. Like, they can defend this high ground mid, but look at the Lone Druid pushing top.
The blinding light is pretty excellent.
So basically, the Tinker is building for, the next 5
They're
to 10
going to try and pick
minutes.
up the bear here. They're gonna get it. 300 gold. The cooldown is there though, and they've used a lot top. The ward is up here mid. Glyph gets popped. Chosen One's just getting smacked down.
And they don't have the March spam.
And the ward died. The ward died. That's very, very important here. Now March spam's coming out. Chosen One going to be able to force stuff away there. Venomancer used ulti very, very early actually there. But there's a new
Druid. Top
backup. Ready top. Stun King comes in for another stun. They're going to try to do as much as they can to bring down this bear. Oh, big vacuum cascading up there. The bear's really low, and so is actually the Lone Druid. Drooped down. But mid tower is going to take the fall, and so the Melee Axe.
No mana for Epicenter. Great Burrow strike through, but no, not quite enough mana. This split push from Infused is absolutely ridiculous. BVD trying to defend one lane, get crushed in another, keep switching back and forth, but all of their strength lies in defending one lane.
Yeah, I think the big problem is they wasted the EMP tornado combo on the mid lane. I mean, sorry, trying to kill the barrel, and as a result, just couldn't do anything in the top lane. I mean, the mid lane rather. And they also I haven't really seen a Darkseer wall this game. Oh, big vacuum actually coming back there. There's the first wall, but there's no vacuum to follow it. And Odie's just going to die. Chosen One trying to go in. There's a BKB on Doom. Doing so much. And yeah, I think the last pick Pugna really just like sealed the deal here. Like, what did Bravado ban last? Because whatever it was, it probably should have been the Pugna. But yeah, this has been a great series, I think. Bravado and Infused. I called it 2-0 Bravado. It was looking good until that very, very cheesy strat in game number 2.
That crushing strat in game 2. And now they're just showing, we can do it the slow way as well. 23 minutes in, slow push.
Yeah, they've lost 2 sets of racks, and there's very, very little now Bravado can do. I mean, all of their combo can go into one lane, but at this stage, it doesn't matter if they win this type of fights over and over and over. Tinker's just not going to have enough.
He can try as hard to slow spam these marches out. They do have the EMP tornado still catching one, but the EMP burns before the tornado lands.
The other thing is that, like, even if Infused went back to their jungle and farmed for 20 minutes and came back with all Necro 3, it would be amazing. Oh, look at that. Big Epi. Sorry, big Burrow Strike coming through, but they just don't have the damage now. Infused are just right-clicking them like men. And Smack is going to fall here. This is going to be, I would think, the GG.
Well, it's so difficult for them to hold. Like, they lost a full lane of racks, top and mid, and now they're trying to defend this bot lane. Tinker has to buy back and get as many rockets out as possible, but Lone Druid, Pugna, Doom, pretty tanky with a mech and pipe up. Then they've got Witch Doctor, the Voodoo Restoration, and Arcanes. This is Mega Creeps again.
And yeah, Bravado Gaming getting pretty slammed here. PG please, we are late. The scan calls the well played GG, and Bravado Gaming knocked down to the losers bracket after round number 1 here. And yeah, Durka seems like I owe you a beer. Damn it.
Oh, this feels good. We can't win World Cup games, but we can win Dota against South Africans.
Anyway, guys, thanks very much for tuning in. This has been the Bravado Brawl game number 1, and Beastmaster OP. Game number 1 between Infused and BVD Blue. Well, sorry, match number 1, in which Infused wins 2-0, sending Bravado to the lower bracket and giving Infused a little bit of a nicer run to the grand final should they get there. I don't have any information from the other bracket, the match between Energy Esports and between Liberty, is it? The other game that's gone at the moment.
Yeah. I mean,
But but it's going to be Liberty Energy Esports up against Ichigogo next, cast by Hari as well as Zoot. My name is Knoxville ZA. Check me out. And cast with Durka. Durka at Durka Dota. What do you have as your kind of like closing, resounding words of justice and meaning?
Before this series started, I said, Infused are in a slump, and we saw that shakiness from them in the first game, but I knew they could perform. They pulled out a really unusual push strat in the second game, which caught Bravado off completely. Like, they had no way of knowing that it was going to happen that hard and that fast. We saw Bravado, a bit better in the third game, but I think that the second game completely took the wind out of their sails. After the first game, the amount of confidence and the morale, and you're pumping with adrenaline, like, we can do this, then being crushed so heavily in the second game, it's always really hard to take. But I think it was a really close series all in all. The first game, like you said, I think that Infused were, outdrafted. They executed pretty badly. But in these second and third games, they had these pretty good